just if I could put my career coach hat on for 1 second, one of the classic practices to help people discover, like, what am I passionate about? What fires me up? What am I really good at? Is just to imagine like one of those old-fashioned analog dials, like 1 to 10, a meter. And just as you're doing your job, and outside your job too, just notice your level of enthusiasm, energy, engagement, and notice it for the different things that you're doing. And so the example that sometimes I'll share with clients, because it was so striking, and this happened also around more than 15 years ago. And I'll do the short version, Suzanne, because you know the longer version. And so, in the storytelling theme, yet again, with all of us comes out that I was approached by an organization to help them create a storytelling in business seminar. And I was like super pumped, because at that point I was still working on translating my work in clinical storytelling, therapeutic storytelling, into the workplace. And I had plenty of ideas, but not lots of opportunity to share those. I'm like, this is awesome. And then they explained that what they wanted me to do was to translate somebody else's book on storytelling into their seminar using their very rigid, formulaic seminar creation process. So that exactly. So for people just listening to our audio, Susan just did a big yawn. I love it. Exactly. So two things I despise. One is having to just be a mouthpiece for somebody else's work versus synthesizing many, many different sources, number one, and making it my own. And then number two, to your point, Suzanne, this rigid, this is how you have to do it structure. I'm much more of an intuitive kind of program creator. But I decided, like, it's a great career move. Let's do it. So this was a project. It wasn't be an employee there. So I fly down to New York City, meet with the author, meet with a company. And it's like, this is worth it. This could be my ticket to storytelling in business. I'll do it. Then I fly back home to Maine with major reservations, even though, like, I can do this, because the project schedule was super aggressive, and I'm not a racehorse. I don't work well under like really tight, time constraints. I had to learn a whole new learning management system, not my idea of a good time. And I discovered really quickly that this was a very no-nonsense, impersonal organization. There was no, like, how the three of us get along, and like laughing, joking, caring about the other person as a human. It was all like chop, chop, like, what's up? Like, have you delivered this? And then the other piece is, I related to the lack of communication, is my support system there wasn't returning my emails asking, like, I can't get into the learning management system. I don't know how to work this. And my first deadline, I'm working the whole weekend. My first deadline is Monday. And I can't deliver on my first deadline. I'm getting no support, blah, blah, blah. Kind of like what so many new employees experience in, being a new hire. And so it finally hit me. There's no way I'm going to be able to deliver a good product, let alone a good product, in their deadline. I hate this already. I spent the whole weekend hating on them and this project and feeling like a big loser. And so I'm like, face it, you need to bail. So I let them know and said, I know somebody who can do this. I'm not going to be able to deliver what you want. And then I switched from that, where my energy meter was, if there was something below zero, it would have been at, to switching gears and working on this new seminar that I was working on, on my own called What Every Manager Needs to Know About Human Nature. And it's so wild. The moment I switched gears, I'm like Lazarus rising from the dead. That I could just feel myself just like my energy level. And Susan, you talked about the curiosity, that you have, and my curiosity about like, oh, this cool research, how can I translate this so they'll understand it, and what about this and this? And it just hit me. It's like, I need to do my thing and not be a spokesperson for somebody else's material, and work in an organization that's very formulaic and frankly really transactional and impersonal. That's not me. So that's an example of that.